Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site. There's a archive post thingy there, and on Patreon. Everything is there also for extra support and any kind of updates and such. I'll usually go about on Twitter X platform. Yesterday I did manage to get like a couple of hours in for a live stream. We did basically I think we basically wrapped up on Mount Gelmir. I still need to figure out if I missed any kind of nighttime bosses there, and also in Altus Plateau. I think I did. I covered everything there, but yeah, I will have to confirm that. Yeah, we reached the Volcano Manor, and the next live stream will be going about doing what we need to do on Volcano Manor. I know we need. Sorry, I will need to let the Rykard boss be the last thing I do there, because I think there's some quests that get interrupted if I kill Rykard too soon. So yeah, we'll have to figure it out that when the time comes. And yeah, today no gameplay series. I will try to finish up editing the VOD from yesterday's episode, yesterday's live stream, sorry, and upload it as fast as I can. But yeah, some news here, nothing interesting except for some updates, especially here. The engine, Unreal Engine 5.4 is out now. I didn't watch the thing that happened, the event there, on the GDC 2024. I wasn't able to follow up basically a lot of stuff, like watching live streams or something like that. I did cover some stuff that happened at the time there, but yeah, not the Unreal Engine 5.4. Interesting enough, from our viewpoint in terms of playing, supposedly we're going to have improved performance here, but again, I'm not sure if this... I'm never sure, but I don't think so. This kind of updates on Unreal Engine can be retroactively fitted in already launched games. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think doesn't make a lot of sense. I think that the work that you have to do in terms of development to integrate the updated version of the engine itself on the game, then you have to go about and do all the Q&A things that you need to do, so there are no new bugs appear. Yeah, I don't know how that will work out, but yeah, hopefully at least the upcoming games that will be have this version of the engine will come out soon enough. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know at what stage of development you can like do an engine update. And take an account the changes there, because again, this I don't know, the Insider never made a game, so but it makes sense that it's almost impossible to update the engine without having new stuff appearing there that needs to be ironed out there, especially when it goes about and make improvements on shader compilation is one thing, but it's one of the things that they are saying that it's going to be improved there. Again, it's not that it's not the issue, the main issue, that the shader compilation stuff, except for the first time supposedly it takes a lot of time from some games. It's more about the vertical stuttering on the and the load that it has on the hardware there. But yeah, one of the things here that regarding their technologies like the nanites and the such there, to improve visual fidelity, is supposedly they add adaptive tessellation, which can create, again, the fine details of ground cover and without consuming an excessive amount of processing power. Again, I assume it depends on the game and on the textures there, because adaptive tessellation, even when the NVIDIA launched the tessellation technology at the time, it was very hungry in terms of resources. So I don't know how well they are like ironed out in terms of performance on or the demands of the hardware itself. But you got heterogeneous volumes, which is basically more realistic in dynamic smoke and clouds. Again, clouds, it's whatever, but smoke might be interesting there. Even though supposedly, does it called? I think, yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. The clouds there seems to be very interesting because supposedly you can fly on a robot there, and it seems to do. It seems that they did something interesting with that. Again, on the Unreal Engine there, but again, they are completely different engines by itself. But the Unreal Engine supposedly going to get temporal super resolution upscaling improvement there. Basically, it's to, I assume, to better be integrated with their own upscaling technology given from NVIDIA, the Intel, and also AMD. Because I think AMD won the upscaling. They are going to start integrating AI on their upscaling also, if not mistaken. I think that there are plans to go about there. But yeah, some fine tuning there. Again, this is a point something in terms of updates. It's not a completely Unreal Engine 6. And I assumed it's going to take a few years yet to get, like, for example, Unreal Engine 6. But yeah, this is all to get around and targeting mainly a 60 frames per second experience there. Yeah, the consoles are being struggling to get around that. Most of them, a lot of them have been coming like 30 locked at 30 FPS on quality modes in the games that have especially Unreal Engine, because it's a little bit heavy on the hardware there. But yeah, similarly, we got now a little bit of more performance and less resource consumption, let's say, on the hardware itself, on the PC side there. And talking about the updates and the such, we got the Horizon Forbidden West patch 1.3 release for PC. So supposedly there are some improvements quality of dust, again, and updated support for the new upscaling from Intel, the 1.3. Supposedly there is also an update on texture streaming, which is good. Yeah, because it can be very very annoying and very off-putting if you don't have a good texture streaming. So like textures pop in and pop out depending on the VRAM usages can be a little bit off-putting there. We got some with Hogwarts Legacy until they got that basically tuned in. There was a lot of like the textures going from low quality to high quality depending on where you're looking at. It was very noticeable, but yeah, it's resulting in reduced memory usage and improved quality. Okay, and the patch resolves a performance regression issue and enabling reflex on plus boost. Again, it's the latency technology from NVIDIA. But yeah, got more stuff. There is some quality of life improvements there. Again, it's good to see that at least they are launching these kind of things to improve the experience there. And lastly, we got here also no rest for the wicked. A lot of people have been complaining. And again, I tend to people tend to forget that this is an early access title at the moment. One of the purposes of having early access is trying to tune things in from optimizations in terms of how like the system stuff and in terms of CPU utilization, GPU utilization, memory, all of that stuff. It's to be fine-tuned because early access to a certain point put the beta testing, let's say, on the hands of the players there. But to a certain degree, I think in the long term, it improves a lot more the experience on the final version of the game. So the 1.0 version of the game when it's finally launched, because they have a huge pool of beta testers, let's say, to get around and optimize accordingly. And of course, it also serves as a feedback for like in this case of these games, like loot, difficulty adjustments and adjustments on certain mechanics depending on the game. But yeah, that's the purpose of early access. I see some people being too critical there, in the sense that it's not trying to provide feedback, but it's just basically complaining. Think I don't know if they thought they were again, if they thought that, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, it's early access. And still, I think people are a little bit spoiled on this early access, because the version itself seems to be pretty good. Again, just a few stuffs regarding the hardware utilization, basically. But yeah, they're being improving, and they did a huge update there. Supposedly, it improves performance by implementing memory, CPU, GPU optimization. So they are optimizing for the wide variety of hardware there is for PC. And also in this patch, they fix for culling and HDR settings, a new camera zoom adjustment option, and a lot more. And again, of course, a lot of tweaks around the systems there in terms of loot and all that jazz. It's also been there. Again, I usually don't recommend early access because you get all these issues here, but it might be useful for you if you like to be part of this kind of process of providing feedback to the developers in the hopes that the game will be improved even more. But yeah, it's good to see that they are working on this. Again, from the background that they have, which is the Ori games, that they are pretty good in terms of at least visual quality, and they all been excellent reviews for those two games, especially on the what type of game it is, or a platformer, like a 2D platformer. It's very good, even in technical terms, from what I understood. So yeah, it's good to see that they are working on it, and it's like a couple of weeks now since last week already 3 hot fixes there. So they take into account a lot of the feedback from the players and patching up stuff there. It's one of those processes with early access. You always going to encounter this kind of thing. So I don't see the why. It's not about complaining. It's more the whining of joining in an early access game and just whining about the game not being good enough. That doesn't help anybody there. Everybody that goes into an early access already usually should know that it's going to have some growing pains in a certain extent. But even though all the things that are already came out on the early access, even from a technical aspect, it's been very good indeed. I watched the Digital Foundry's kind of early preview kind of a thing there, when they go about the technical aspects of the game engine itself and everything, how they went about it. It seems pretty well done. Of course, then we got all these optimizations and the such. But yeah, it's good to see that they are putting up hot fixes here and there, and improve the game as best as it could be. And lastly, we got Lords of Fallen. Again, they upgraded also the update there. Master of Fate now available. I think this is the culmination of the post-launch roadmap, at least from the free stuff content, I think. Again, I still didn't manage to play this game. Hopefully soon. Seems to be a lot of improvements here, and then a lot of quality of life stuff, more spells, more stuff, significant performance optimization, stability improvements, the usual stuff. And the latest new feature is the advanced game modifier system, which is pretty interesting. I think this is mainly, at least is aimed for New Game Plus stuff there, which has got plenty of modifiers from enemies, for randomizer enemies, quantity of mobs, difficulty of mobs, got some like loot stuff there, and difficulty increase or decrease depending with, you got I think 7 kind of things. I watched this trailer, and it goes about in a very summary way about it, but it explains, and you get a good sense of what it does there, and it's good to see that at least we got some. Basically, you can transform this game into a roguelike almost, to a certain degree, if you want to. So that's that. But yeah, it's good to see that the game similarly it's selling well. It's a good game. again, I think that one of the major difference this game and, for example, Souls-like is the action commission commit. Sorry, the commitment to action or the animation commitment kind of a thing there. Basically, when you press a button, the action independently, unless you get interrupted by an enemy, you cannot interrupt yourself the animation when you commit to something like a strike or something like that. The animation will run through, and then you can input another thing. Yeah, it's usually that's how we usually play. At least that's how Dark Souls games usually work, especially also Elden Ring. If you do like an heavy attack, only after the animation runs through, then you can input another attack or input another kind of action. This one, no, you can basically interrupt everything. Like when you start spells casting, you can just interrupt it in the middle of the animation. The same thing with other attacks and such and other actions, which usually is something that it doesn't happens. For example, in Elden Ring, when you start doing the spell casting, you're just stuck in the animation until it's over, and you're open for yourself to attack. So there is like a commitment to the action itself, which is very interesting on Elden Ring, and here it doesn't. So it might feel a little bit weird or certain things. So the way you go about doing combat can be a little bit jarring from what I understood, but yeah, it's one of those I would like to try out one of these days. But yeah, regarding gaming news, this is what I got for today. Some gaming deals. We still have hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, 90% off. Again, this seems to be an excellent price for the game. Midnight Suns is also 75% off. The base, no, this is Digital Plus Edition. So, no, Suns Legendary Edition, Digital Plus Edition. I don't know what's the difference here, but yeah, I think only the Legendary Edition has the characters. So this is basically the base game here. Yeah, it's the only one that it's on a deal here. We got Theory Games, 75% on The Blind Forest and Will of the Wisp, 67% off. Or you can get the bundle. It gets a little bit more cheaper if you buy the bundle, like €2 cheaper if you buy one by one. But yeah, again, there's a very positive game and overwhelmingly positive throughout the year. So I think this is an excellent game to try out here. We got also the Resident Evil franchise is still on sale. I will leave all the Resident Evil games there on Steam, so you can pick and choose the ones that you want to play. We got also not Resident Evil, Red Dead Redemption 2, 60% off on the base game, and the Ultimate Edition is 65% off. Again, that depends on your preferences there. Got around still 1 day and a half, give or take, until this offer ends. We got the System Shock remake. If you're not sure because this is a very a faithful recreation of the original System Shock, the systems and the such with updated graphics. But if you're not sure if this is a game for you, you can check the demo out, and then if you like the demo, you can take advantage of being 55% off. We got also Blasphemous, 75% off. There is a bundle for the two games, so yeah, I will leave to you to choose that. We got also Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, 50% off. Again, we still have plenty of time to check this game out. Again, this is a From Software developed game, but it was published by Activision, and they are, and at this moment in time, basically Microsoft has the rights to the IP. That's why it's on sale, this game, and not the other From Software developed games, because this is a different stuff altogether. And then on GOG we got Days Gone, 75% off. Again, this seems to be a very underrated game, especially in terms of kind of open world kind of games. They got this little weird system with the zombie stuff, with the zombie mobs there, which seems to be a little bit of a twist there. But yeah, overall seems a pretty good game, very underrated game, and not enough people I think play this game, because I think it's pretty good. Even visual fidelity and all that jazz, and even how it plays seems pretty good there. And last one, we got Wastelands 2 Director's Cut Digital Deluxe Edition. Again, 75% off. Again, I started a series on this one. I got interrupted because I moved out of country at the time, and I need to pick up on this one when I have the possibility there to I have to redo basically the sorry, the game, the series on this game. But yeah, this is what I got for you today. Yeah, I would just do my plug from my Patreon for extra support. At this moment in time, the extra support is more focused for me to get around on the storage solutions, so I can have all backups of the stuff that I do for my clients, and also some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And yeah, basically that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.